The Enterprise-D has to be one of my favourite Star Trek starships around. I mean, it was featured on 7 seasons of Star Trek The Next Generation, and of course met its end in Starship Generations. The Galaxy-class starship was the epitome of Starfleet evolution tech at the time, particularly exploration tech there. So let's take a look at how it looks in Space Engineers. Hello everyone, my name is Captain Jack and welcome back to Space Engineers. Today we're taking a look at the fantastic Enterprise-D Galaxy-class starship by Zero CMF. Now Zero has been building a massive amount of Star Trek creations on the Space Engineers Community Workshop, and I thought it was about time I took a look at one. So of course this is the Galaxy-class Enterprise-D. Captained by Jean-Luc Picard himself, and obviously the ship has seen a bit more focus lately with Star Trek Picard now on Paramount Plus and Amazon Prime Video. If you're watching that series by the way and want some extra content, head over to TrekCentral.net or youtube.com/TrekCentral for your latest in Star Trek media. But with that out of the way, let's take a look at the Enterprise and what it actually offers. So as you can see in game, this ship is designed very well and there was a lot of details focused. Just immediately here, we see the use of sort of the armor blocks here to sort of indicate where the escape pods on the Enterprise-D are. And we also have all the windows as well. For those Star Trek Meg fans, you remember there's always an argument about windows on board the Enterprise-D. But you see what sort of slits in the arm panel there, indicating where windows and such should be, like here. So there's nothing actually there. Zero is just using black armor to indicate where a window might actually be. But we do actually have some windows on board the ship as well, in case these here indicating where 10 forward is, and we'll go inside and explore more of that in a minute and show you the interior of the ship. Maybe I think, Jack, can I load this into my world? Is it modded? What do I have to do to create it? And what can I do to play with it? Well, you'll be glad to hear this is not a modded creation. This is completely vanilla inside of Space Engineers. You will, however, need 2 required DLC, and this is the Space Engineers Heavy Industry DLC and the Warfare 1 DLC. So not too much there, and you might be able to get away with not having them, but I wouldn't advise it because some of the blocks are kind of needed. In terms of weapons, as this is not modded, you do actually have just interior turrets and bog standard weapons here. However, if you're like me and you want to arm it up to have more weapons like torpedoes and, phasers and stuff like that, and quantum torpedoes, or maybe even a spiral laser mount, then, you can mod the ship there and play it for yourself. But in the meantime, you just have interior turrets and stuff like that. So this is how the general shape of a ship looks. Now I've loaded into my survival world over here. I chucked in a planet in the background to make it seem a bit more exploration worthy, but we've got quite a cool few features on it, such as impulse engines over here. Personally, these impulse engines, I already use the sort of spotlight trick to indicate where these are, as they don't really glow off here, but I still like it either way. And again, a ton of design detail has gone into building this. I'm trying to fix that. Like this sort of here, I've got an Enterprise-D model on my desk around here somewhere, or in my other desk, and these sort of details are heavily featured on it, especially with sort of like design coating on board it. We also see what looks like a captain's yacht here, in a sense, with a sort of like ribbed bit here. Obviously the battle bridge will typically be featured in the next section, but obviously we'll see it in a minute. Now I immediately love the way Zero has done the giant sort of deflector dish here, and this looks absolutely beautiful. Unfortunately, there's no sort of playability of it in a sense. We've just got the deflector dish as per usual, and it's pretty bog standard. It is just basically a deflector dish, so yeah, kind of simple. Maybe thinking, Jack, why does this block here look a bit weird and why is it broken apart? Well, we'll show you this off in a minute. There is a few things to show off in here as well, and obviously there is something in here which we'll take a look at in just a bit. But you may be thinking, Jack, the neck looks a bit weird. What's going on here? Well, if you know the Enterprise-D, it does have a pretty cool feature called source of separation, which we'll show off in a little bit later so you can take a look at. Now, the battle bridge is around here somewhere. I can't quite remember where it is, but again, we'll probably find it later on when we're exploring the ship. Now, nacelles over here, also these are the things that help the warps or capabilities of the Enterprise-D in Star Trek, and these are built very nicely here. We've got the red buzzard collectors, and as this is indicating with sort of lights that have been hidden in here, the panel, or these are the new sort of light panel blocks which look amazing, and the jump drives hidden here as well, including thrusters also hidden in here, so obviously this is looking very good. Zero's making use of the sci-fi thrusters. Now, we do have some hangars around here as well. We've got these all the way over here. Again, we'll check out the interiors in just a second. We've also got several blocks here, including a 1701D markings, which are looking very nice. More hangars are very cool. And obviously some sections here of windows we can explore in if we want to. Another impulse drive there as well. And then all the way back here, we've got another hangar access, which we'll explore in just a moment. Well, I've pretty much shown you the exterior. Again, it's heavily detailed, and there's certainly bits I'm missing. You can see the strips here as well, and there'll be some phaser strips hidden around here. What is that block? Oh, it's a connector. We've got a connector down there. Is that sealed off with glass? It looks like it is, yeah. Okay. Very nice. There's also an external airlock out here. I think we can seal it there as well. There we go. This might vent the ship. Yep, it vented the ship. So this will be looking sort of like main engineering. So we've got nuclear reactors up here. Obviously, this is not modded, so we don't have warp cores, stuff like this. But he's making use of the best of stuff we've got in vanilla Space Engineers to sort of recreate the Enterprise-D here. And using these wall sections here really does bring it out to sort of bring up that Enterprise corridor sort of style. Here we are in main engineering, and I've just spotted the warp core. Using LCD blocks here and custom sort of scripts to basically bring the Enterprise-D master console display alive. It looks beautiful, might I add. We've got the traditional console, which LaForge and Data we stood around argue with stuff. LaForge sort of office area, and of course the warp core as well. One of the most famous bits of Star Trek history is of course the warp core, and the thing that kind of, you know, ended the Enterprise-D's lifespan thanks to that Klingon bird of prey. But using the light techniques here, it looks beautiful. So what's this? We can light warp core. Okay, we can turn it on and off so we can ignite it. Timer? Oh, I think we just ejected a warp core. Uh-oh. Oh, we can eject the warp core. Okay, there we go. So in the case of an emergency core like breach, we can eject the warp core. And there we go. It exits out the ship there. Very cool. Ta-da! And it's gone. I will just stop that floating away and we will just place it there. Just so we've got access to it, because we can take a look at it in a minute if we want to. There you go. So in sort of like, you know, in case of an emergency core breach, we can eject the warp core. I love that sort of feature here on the Enterprise. Also, I love it in Star Trek ships overall. It is really cool. Right, we should have more sections we can explore around here. Here we go. Stairs up here. Now, this should lead more into the upper decks section. But I'm not sure if there's anything around here for us to explore. Oh, this is just upstairs of engineering. Okay. Right, if we head around here... Oh, these are just other blank sections of the ship. Okay. These are nothing special, but we can see its side here and get access to certain things. Now, I'm not sure if this leads around to 10 forward, the bar area. No, this is just an airlock. I've just vetted half a ship. Whoops. Okay, cool. Now, we found a way up here to the other hangar decks as well. So these will be a small sort of shuttle to be launching from. You see there's a projector block in there, allowing for both the sort of like force sealed emulating looking blocks. Obviously, that's what it goes like there. So we have small little shuttles there in launching. There are some unmodded shuttles. I think Zero might have his own shuttles on his workshop. So if I do find him, I'll link them down below to where you can play with them. Plus, we do have the battle bridge in here as well. Now, when saucer separation commences, Picard and crew need to command the Enterprise-D from the saucer section and also the drive section. So this will be the star drive section. So you can take command of a ship from here. And I think we can control it here. Yes, we can control the ship from here. I don't think we can control any gyroscopes though, but also we can take the helm section, move the ship around. There we go. Very nice. Cool. Leave it there for now. And I'll show what source separation looks like once we finish the whole tour, as I don't want to separate the ship just yet, because it may look a bit derpy then. So we'll go up and check everything else first. This will be our airlock section to cut off the star drive area. Here we go. Here's the main bridge. Very nice. So the bridge is hidden inside the ship here like a CIC would be on a traditional battleship, a bit like Battlestar Galactica and stuff like that. And also the bridge would be at the top of the starship with a view screen and such. However, that would kind of be a bit inhibiting. Zeo's sort of Enterprise-D is built for cosmetic looks and things like that, more so than actual functionality? Is that word? You know what I mean. Functionality. There we go. Emergency closet of weapons over here in case the ship gets boarded. Very nice. We should have Picard's ready room over here. There we go, Picard's ready room. Now it's all like toilet area be around there. The replicator will be in the wall where you can order tea, Earl Grey hot. His desk, some paintings and stuff on the wall, some plants there where the fish would be, and of course we have the captains, commanders, and counselor's seat, and also the forward console as well. Now I love the way Zeus used the graphics here to bring the L cars alive. They look really cool here, which is really nice. I'm liking that. Cool, right, so we also got the mouse display back here as well. Wharfs there where he'd take to fire ships and stuff like that. What's number one here? We do have Bob protection trigger now. So if we open this, I think this may be a hidden torpedo feature. There we go. So if we initiate number one here, this may fire some sort of probe. I'm not sure how it works. Okay, not sure how they're meant to work or go out there, but we sort of launched a torpedo or tried to do it. In the meantime, the view screen turned off there. Let's continue exploring the ship and see what we can actually find out here. Looks like there's a bigger hangar door up here. Hello. Oh, this is the main hangar deck area. Okay, cool. So this was a section that was never really shown on the Enterprise-D in Star Trek The Next Generation because they never had the budget to actually do it. However, if you check up concept art for the Enterprise-D, this section was meant to be there and the main hangar deck of the Enterprise. You do see it in a few sections on Star Trek or media in general, but it's never really shown in the show itself. And it looks like we have an observation deck up here. It looks pretty cool. We can see it's out of a ship. Right, you know what I want to try? I want to try source separation. So let's get ready to separate the star drive. Right, that might have just worked. Game took a bit of catching up there. But we should be able to exit out. There we go. We can see it doing. So I'm just reversing the star drive section out right now. So we could sort of leave the saucer there. I'm just going to smash into my warp core below. Whoopsies. Might be breaking the warp core. There we go. The star drive can completely leave the source section in the dust there. So see, in the event of a warp core breach, you could basically exit the star drive off and drive away completely. But it's still super cool to see what you can do there. There you go, fantastic. Now, so the jump drive sections are located here in the star drive as the warp core would be. Obviously, we ejected the warp core, so in Star Trek, this wouldn't quite work right now, but it's still a really cool feature to feature inside of Space Engineers. As if the star drive section just left there, it can work on its own, but obviously it's not as powerful. It's sort of released as like an emergency core separation thing, an emergency evacuation thing, but can allow a starship to operate independently by itself, which is really cool. I love the feature in Star Trek. So that pretty much sums up my review for the Enterprise-D here in Space Engineers today. If you want to check out ZeroCFMF's workshop, I've left a link down below in the video description as per usual. But let me know what you thought of this ship in the video comment section below, because I really enjoyed it and can't wait to see more of what Zero's actually pulling off. I'm not sure if they've done an Enterprise-E yet, though it kind of looks really cool, and I need to go check it out at some point, because I would love the Enterprise-E, or maybe an Enterprise-F, as that's one of my favourite ships inside of Star Trek. Tell me your favourite Star Trek ship down below in the comment section, because I want to hear about it.